Good morning. This is Pastor Nathan Willard from Ankeny United Church of Christ, and it is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. And we're going through our book, 50 Great Prayers from the Iona Community still, that was put together by Neil Painter back in 2009. And of course, as you all know, these are prayers that come from a particular time, a particular place. And the place is Iona off the northwest corner of Scotland. And you see that vista behind me. This was in June when the days were very long indeed and the sheep were gambling. It was still pretty chilly out. The remarkable thing always about a site of pilgrimage like Iona is that you have a constant sense of renewal and a constant sense of loss. That in some ways, the cycle of life, the cycle of the institutional church, the cycle of our relationships is sped up. That, in churches, we're used to seeing people we love come and go, and it is part of the great joy and the great sorrow of churches. And indeed, sometimes the greatest sorrow is when it is just stagnant and we do not have those opportunities for newness and renewal. And I think that's important. And I think that is relevant to our experience as Christians, because part of the cycle we have baked into the Christian year, and we're coming down now, heading into the end of the Christian year. We're coming up pretty close. We're into now the end of the long march of what we call ordinary time. That runs basically from June through the end of October and November. We're still in it technically, but we'll have some special days here in the Protestant Church on October around October 31st, November 1st. And then we'll have a couple more before we start up in Advent again after Thanksgiving. Advent is the preparation for birth. Easter, Good Friday celebrates the death of Jesus. Easter is the resurrection. Pentecost is that resurrection joining us in the world. And so it's appropriate that today's prayer is about what happens after Easter, because we all live after Easter. We all live in this world where Christ has lived and has died and has been resurrected. And the question is, what do we do with that as we go through the cycle of life? How do we remember this in the midst of all of our mourning, in the midst of all of the other parts of the cycle? And so Ruth Burgess has a prayer for us on this morning called Beyond Easter. Beyond Easter, we go singing. Having been grabbed by resurrection, we are full of tears and laughter. The way ahead is unknown. It will always be like that. But having danced in the light, we will look for glory everywhere. Amen. I'm Pastor Nathan Willard from Ankeny United Church of Christ on this Tuesday, October 20th, 2020.